This football Wahala. I'm Noise the Voice, your host, and we're here. Spotlight on Ghetto Tigers Football Club, and I'm here with
Coach Aziz.
Coach Aziz. Nice to meet you. So, quickly tell us what has your journey been like? You're starting from football, playing, and getting to the level where you're coaching now.
I started out like playing on the street like every other person in this local government. This is Ojuo local government under Mushi. So I'm a football lover right from my childhood. So going through schools, I studied political science at Lagos State University. Yeah, so I haven't finished studying. I played in school in my faculty. I was sport director, so director of my faculty, secretary of the sport committee, Lagos State and Lagos. So all my life, everything I did when last year has been about sport. So after my NYSC, I served in Abia State. So when I got to Abia State, I saw the way the fans were enthusiastic about football, trooping into the Umaya Township because I was a member of the sports CDS. And I didn't see that in Lagos then. I was like, so people can actually be enthusiastic about local league when it's not APL. So people come in, they pay. Actually, I was like, really, we pay to enter the stadium to watch game. But though we don't pay then, we had an ID card, we enter for free. So that was on getting back home. I encountered the Ghetto United. That was around 2014. After my NYSC, I fell in love with the structure, the way they did football basically. So when I started doing some stuff, I went back to do journalism at NIT. There I was director of sport of the PGD class as well. So on getting back, I said, okay, why not just come back home and just found a club. Then I went through this. They said, okay, most of the time when we're looking for a job, they'll tell you, just tell them Mushin. They don't want to know we're in a Lukojo estate now. Everywhere is calm. But they believe that you are Mushin, Ghetto. So I was like, okay. If you don't even want to know I'm from Lukojo estate, every word of Mushin is Ghetto. Okay, we are Ghetto, fine. I'm Ghetto, we are Ghetto. But then, so we started out as being Ghetto light. Like, okay, you think you see, we are coming to you. You see us as people from the ghetto, but then we just come with us, we mesmerize with our football skills, and you expect us to fight, you expect us to give you something different. How is that ghetto boy speaking English? Ghetto? So changing that public perception, changing that narrative of people see about the ghetto. So in the long run, we said, okay, we became Ghetto Tigers. The honorable chairman fell in love with our project. You understand? He loved us, and we had some good relationship, with the local government, being the chairman being a lover of sport, and said, okay, so we became Ghetto Tigers in the process because the government team at this point is Industrial Tigers, being a Lukojo Industrial, and then so we had okay, Ghetto Tigers being so ferocity of the Tigers as well. Light, it looks, but when you say tiger, you fear and small. So that is the journey. So we started out in 2018. Ever since then, just like with few numbers, now we can boast of over 130 football, 130 football players, male, female, under 10, under 13, under 15. At least just last week we launched our new kits. At least we have been launching for the past 4 seasons. Every year we launch new kits. The players are happy. It gives them morale. It gives them so many things. So it's always good. So that has been the journey. Of course, last year we won 6 trophies. This year we had won the Ashwajibola Ahmed Tinubu Unity Cup at the Onicon Mobilize Johnson Arena in the Onicon. So that has been our journey today. Our female football team, they are playing in the Ikeja Divisional League, coming from the Ikeja Division. So it has been a mixed journey, of course. It has been a mixed journey with some challenges, a lot of challenges actually.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get to that. Like, okay, what has been your challenges? Like, what has been maybe stumbling blocks or problems you face along your way?
Yeah, the stumbling block, of course, finance. Every other thing. When you're talking about projects, finance has to be number one. But of course, finance, sponsorships, and the like. But then again, you look at our area. You understand? You look at our area. Like the chairman will say that the local government is a perfect reflection of the global community. You have the good, the bad, and the ugly. Of course, when you have the bad now mixing with the ugly, you come here, you train them, you give them a career path, go through this path, they go back to the base. In that same community, they see the bad, they get distracted, they come back to training the next day, you start from square one. So that has been the challenge, is the environmental factors they have to go through. the family issues some of them have to go through, and basically, so you want to train people to be world class players, you want to train them to be the best, you want to give them confidence in themselves. They are coming from some backgrounds that it's going to be difficult for them to keep up with that. So it's those are different challenges, the upbringing, the background of the kids, basically. But then, of course, it's not something that is impossible. We have seen kids that they used to be fighters, and then we bring them and say, okay, you see that fight, let's see that fight on the field, on the field of play. Don't do it on the field, don't on the street. Bring that fight to the field, and then you see them as fighters on the field, fighting for every balls.
So like how far you see the Ghetto Tigers going? Or like your project, or what your prospects are?
Yeah. We are a very ambitious club, because as of now, we are the only affiliated, club in our local government. We play the Lagos FA Cup year in, year out. We are aiming going through the Ikeja division to as much as get to the NLO. From NLO, we get to the top division of Nigerian League. So we are aiming to be in the top division of Nigerian League, following the processes, the league, the state league, the NLO, the NNL, that's before getting to the NPFL. So our long-time plan is playing in the league, bringing up these boys. Of course, we want to train them to go abroad and all, but then in the interim, everybody who cannot play abroad. Everybody cannot play abroad, so the ones that are still here that we can domesticate, that are going to be relevant for themselves and for their family. And don't forget, the minimum wage in the NPFL is still 50k. It's still good pay.
Yeah.
So that is
okay. So final question. You've seen the challenges. You know your story. You know how the environment is. So like, Okay, 2 questions. Is it even 3? Because now you handle kids, right?
Yeah, sure.
Definitely have problems or issues getting the kids to come to training, getting them to really listen to your instructions and all that. So that's the question. Then what advice would you have to give for parents, as well, who have such kids that come for your academy and who also want to play football?
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, I didn't say it. You see our team like that. We have a mix of internationals. We have our 7, foreign nationals in our team. So it's not easy getting them to rub shoulders with Ghetto boys.
Yeah.
But then the Ghetto, gives the Ghetto boys some kind of uplift, self-esteem uplift. Like that, in my club I play with whites. It gives them some sort of. But then bringing those kids down, it's not easy, truly, because when you see most of these kids, most of their parents, they sell stuffs, do sell petty things that they need them at home to actually do a few things. But we try to tell them that, okay, this is a career path. Football is not something you start when you are like 17 years or 15 years and you want to start playing football. No. Football is something that you must have started from being a kid. So when your body is already entrenched with the system of the game, so and then you and the football, the game, you're already in love from when you're a child. So things will just happen unconsciously, exactly. And you understand. So we have to bringing them down here. You see, transport. They need to take transport. At least that's why we're planning to at least get a club bus, at least to install confidence. You see these kids as small as 7, 8, 9, 10 years old boys coming all the way down or alone or in group, but then they are still alone to come and play football. It's always difficult. Parents leaving their kids that young to go and follow a career path that they are not still sure of, they are not still sure of, and we still have to start convincing them and all. So it's difficult, basically.
So, what was the academy's plan? The education and the kids, and training as well.
Yeah, for starters, I told you I was once a classroom teacher. Yeah. I told you I'm a political scientist. What I didn't tell you is also that I studied mass communication. I'm a social journalist, and I did public admin as well. So I'm reading those not because I want to tell you my academic background. I'm telling you that I'm someone that understands the value of sport. Everything we invest in the club is something we gained outside sport, and we are bringing in sport because of the passion. It's not as if we actually played professionally that we earned some money and then we broke it back. So everything we have gained, we know the value of it. Some parents actually entrust us with their kids because they know that they are giving it to a coach that values education. You can see this is a school. We have some of our players attending this school. It is even an unwritten constitution in our club. You can't be a dropout and be a member of our club. No, you can't. You can't be a dropout and be a member of our team. You have to be in school. You have to go through the process while you are still playing. We have some of our players that are in Yabate, some of our players are in Unilag, some of our players are in Lasso. So they go through the process. While they wait for the opportunity, they go, because you can even EPL players. You see most of them that they are still in school. until they sign their first pro, and probably that was when they still continue on part-time, or they just stop when they've gotten pro. But in the interim, they still go through the academic stage. So it even helps you, because my players now, if my player is not going to school, I don't know what it does between the hours of 8 to 4. So it's in my best interest that that boy is in school between the hours of, if we're a teacher that I've already said, okay, within the hours of 8 to 4, and then he comes to me by 4 o'clock, I train him, he goes back home, he's tired, he goes to school the next day. So I can be able to at least tailor his life to a large extent using that procedure. So even in schools, we have good relationship with the teachers. We go to their schools, get the academic performances. In some cases, when they need to be flogged or something, that okay, this boy is not doing well in math, they bring it, because at times we coaches, players, because of this, they love this game so much, so they are even more afraid of us than their parents. So at times parents come at me to say, coach, eban discipline on my coach, eban threatening on my when you are training to pass English. So there are things like that. So it's always good for us to at least use those players. I'll tell them, okay, there are some of my players, some of the numbers, if you don't make A this year, you won't come in the next 3 months. So it helps, because they love the game, they want to play the game, so it helps them in their academics as well.
Oh, yes, yo. It is Football Wahala, and we are still here in Ilupeju. We are spotlighting Ghetto Tigers FC. You can see the children full of life, full of smiles. You know, they are sparkling. We are here to ask them a few questions and get to know them. Please, what's your name?
Salami Nola.
Could you speak up?
Salami Nola.
Salami in your la. So, what about you?
Yes, with Dennis.
Dennis, what about you?
Solomon Yanaraj.
Okay, Solomon, what about you?
My name is Mirza Adham.
Okay, awesome. Nice to meet you. So, I would like to start from you, Solomon. Why do you love football?
I love football because it's a bit of an addictive game to me, instead of playing inside the house and all. I know I have a talent, and I know I can improve more to play in the Euros or Champions League well. So I'm improving myself to be a.
So that's why you love football. You prefer playing in real life than playing on the PS4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you? Why do you like football?
Football is the greatest sport of all time, and it helps us keep being fit, and we get good physical with it, and run and all, instead of sitting at home and just getting fat. It's better. You got a good physicality.
Awesome. Okay, so what is interesting? Why do you find football interesting?
Football is fun.
Just fun. You love, What about you, Dennis?
Football is good. It helps in your financial life, everything.
Helps you financially.
Yes, everyone that play football.
Okay, awesome. Okay, now, what position do you play? Central back. Why? Why do you like central back? I like to stop people. Okay, who's your favorite player?
Ronald Arojo.
Okay, interesting. Nice. Okay, what about you? Your favorite player?
Alejandro Garnacho.
Garnacho. What position do you play?
I play forward.
Forward. Okay. Are you a Man U fan?
Yes.
No wonder. What about you? Your favorite footballer?
My favorite footballer, just obvious, is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Why Cristiano Ronaldo?
Cause he inspired me to work more harder, instead of like putting only on your talent. And like, he has achieved a lot of stuff in his career, and I just want to be like him. He's just my inspiration.
What position do you play?
I play in the forward, either the winger or the striker.
Okay. What about you?
My favorite footballer is Cristiano Ronaldo, as obvious. He's the GOAT. I mean, physicality, shooting, dribbling, anything. I want to be like him.
There's the goal. People will fight you over that because
World Cup does not say anything.
Oh, really? Okay. So, what position do you play?
I play winger, I play cam, I can play striker, I can play.
So you are Cristiano Ronaldo in the making, right? You play everywhere. That would be interesting. Okay, so going a bit more personal, how far do you see yourself in this game? Like, let's say 10 years time now, or maybe 8 years down the line now. Where do you see yourself?
I'll see myself playing for Real Madrid, I guess. I'll be a professional player, and I will be winning a lot of international awards as well for my country. Not for my country, but I may play for other countries. But and so, like, yeah, I hope I win the World Cup.
Interesting. What about you? How far do you see yourself going?
So I'm going for the small team first. I'll go for Newcastle. Yes. how many years I'm coming.
You call Newcastle a small team. Do you know they're a big team now?
I know.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Newcastle not a small team, my brother.
Yes, yes. So I want to win Premier League and Champions League. I want
Awesome.
to nominate me for Ballon d'Or. Maybe.
Okay, what about you?
Any European team.
Say what's in your heart. Like, what do you want exactly? Like, what do you want to do? How far do you want to see yourself? What do you want to achieve?
I want to achieve more awards. More
Like, what award now? The youngest man to get
Best-
guru or
no.
what? What now? What?
Best sportsman in the world.
Awesome. What would love to hear. What about you?
First of all, I'll start with a small club, like Borussia Dortmund, and then my dream club is Real Madrid. Like Bellingham, he went from Borussia Dortmund to. I'll play like that. I'll win Ballon d'Ors. I'll win Champions League and.
You like banter a lot, right? You like banter a lot. See, Borussia Dortmund is a small team. You, okay, that's fine. So none of you didn't mention to want to play for the Super Eagles and win World Cup for Nigeria, eh? You don't even want to win. Don't even want to even try, eh? Is that right? It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so now tell me, how has it been playing here with Ghetto Tigers? So what has been your experience? Home. How did it allow you people to come and train? And how has it been for you?
I've experienced a lot. Yes. And
Has it been going well for you?
yes.
Do you have any challenges? Like maybe your parents don't allow you or your siblings don't allow you?
no.
So they gave you the full support.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. What about you?
It's great. I win so many awards in this team. They've encouraged me to become a better footballer, a professional. So I like the team.
Okay. What about you?
Currently, I'm the higher version of myself because of Ghetto Tigers. Like my family are supporting me to be an international footballer as well. So like I've improved myself in physicality and mentality. So I'm hoping to improve more.
Bantaman Haram. What about you?
So Ghetto Tigers FC has improved me a lot, physically and mentally a lot. And I don't even know how to play football, but now I can play very well football. I even won the Foreign Player of the Year. I'll win again.
Awesome. You can hear these kids, being, saying their hearts and how they love the game of football. Football Wahala wishes them no Wahala, but all the best, and I wish them success as high as they wish themselves. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Ghetto Tigers, we are champions.